Hey everybody, welcome back. I don't feel so bad now that I realize we lost to NA Tetris lol poggers. That doesn't bother me as much anymore. He was the one who KO'd me. If you're gonna make your entire username on the Nintendo Switch about Tetris, I can't feel bad about losing to you. It almost has like the opposite effect of what maybe that person was expecting. Maybe they were expecting I'd feel bad that I lost to somebody whose joke is an esports reference to the game of Tetris. But really, it's like if I get killed by someone in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and their name is like PlayerUnknown, I'm like, okay, you got me. You care more. I can't dispute that at all. You've earned it. Anyway, for a comeback episode, I thought we did pretty well. Certainly, you know, room for improvement. Definitely, like, sure, in a philosophical sense, maybe every single one of those runs was winnable. But in like a literal sense, certainly 2 of them were very winnable. And to not pull out the dub was a little painful for me. What have I done? But it is what it is. You come back stronger. Play some mistake-free ball. That was a mistake while saying mistake-free. Basically, we just had to open up some space here. Put me on attackers. I don't want to go home yet. No. Oh man, this is entirely my own fault was the way I was gonna complete that sentence. This is entirely my own fault. But also pretty freaking wild. You know what? Let's not say we did. There you go. I actually feel bad that we got KOs there. It wasn't my intention. I know that sounds like sandbagging, but like, it really sincerely was not my intention to cheat the system by cultivating that sort of aggression and then, you know, sending it back. But here we are. I would like to get back down to the bottom. Hey, NL, you already are on the bottom. What do you mean? The bottom of YouTube's list of the best Tetris 99? Well, why would you say something like that? You're clearly watching the video because you find it entertaining, and yet you go spewing that sort of garbage. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with us as a society that we reward behavior like that? It's sick. It's twisted. It's dirty. Mean. Mighty unclean. It's a wanted man. Public enemy #1. Understand? Okay, we have a well on the side. Can't help but notice that over the course of that bizarre little tirade there, we did pick up 7 KOs, which has got me feeling pretty sweet. Can't really complain about that. Trying to cultivate a larger send, but it is hard, to be honest. I mean, I'm looking at the other people's setups, and I see they might not be loving life right now. But still, if we're unable to build a good setup on the way up, Tomo, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry I had to wait 1 second to let you back in. That's high octane, pet friendly Tetris right there. If it gets us killed, I wouldn't have wanted to live by any other means than letting my son get back into this room. My controller temporarily hit me with the super rumble. You gotta give him one of these, one of these. One of these, send them. One of these, you're free. Now it's up to you. You want to wait for a long piece? I do want to wait for a long piece. Thank you for asking, and thanks for your patience. Send them. Those KOs. We want to get to 100. Like 100% damage bonuses. And then we want to steal everybody else's kills, like, from now until the end of time. That's my strat. How does that sound for you? How do you like that one? Oh, how do you like that one? That was a bit of a new one for me. I've never tried that before. And I can't say I would recommend it. But I think we've gotten ourselves out of that jam. Everything's looking relatively hunky-dory again. No. If you're gonna send me at this stage of the game, you gotta deal with the send of your own. And that's not meant in an aggressive fashion. It's just that's the world of Tetris 99 right now. You send is not send or be sent. It's constantly be sending. That's the name of the game. You know, like that song that goes, "That's the name of the game." They used to be in all those Guy Ritchie movies back then. Anyway. Or even now, I don't know. I haven't seen a Guy Ritchie movie since, well, now that I think about it, I saw Aladdin in theaters. Please don't make fun of me. So I haven't seen a Guy Ritchie movie in weeks. Okay, screwed up. Oh. This is no good. Honestly, I have no respect for that send. It was a very weak send. Okay, if you're gonna send me, I appreciate this. It's a send with the slightest amount of ferocity behind it, which is all I could ever ask for. Okay, we gotta build it one higher. Gotta build it two higher, apparently, for reasons that only I could possibly... Okay, we're gonna build it three higher. But then the son of a gun's coming down. It all starts just a couple of whiffed pieces, and a 9 KO finish ends up putting us outside of the top 10. It hurts. But you know what? I'm not sweating it too much. We're getting our sea legs back underneath us. Give me a little eye rub quick. I know it's coming. We got decent play. Just the occasional mistake. I honestly don't know what causes the Joy-Cons to freak out from time to time. They've been charging all day. I don't know what Joy-Con drift is. Every once in a while, my controller just vibrates and becomes haunted. People take issues sometimes. They say, NL, why are you always putting that long piece down horizontally? An early long piece isn't a long piece. How's that for a controversial statement? An early long piece is just burns a hole in your pocket, you know? You might as well do something with the piece rather than holding it and waiting for something to happen. That's my opinion on it. Okay, we haven't cultivated enough aggression yet. Now we have. Send them. And then... Send them. Send them. I don't know if we couldn't have cultivated much more, to be honest. We were getting a little spiced up there, but... Two attackers. One of them's suffering a little bit, the other one's doing okay. He sends you, you send him. Those are the rules of engagement from now till forever. I thought I placed that down, my mistake. Maybe I had two in a row and didn't notice. So we gotta play a little bit faster, honestly. Dragging my heels a little bit here. That's more like it. That guy's not even close. You gotta go back to KOs. Honestly, one of the things in Tetris 99 is hard to get used to is... and this is going to sound comical, but I mean it sincerely. is like separating your ego from the game. You know, you could find yourself in a fight with somebody, and it might not even be the worst idea to fight them, because you could beat them. But what's better? 1 kill, or possibly like the 3 or 4 or even more kills you could be getting during that period instead. And you might say, NL, obviously more kills is better. Well, I tricked you. More kills might be better. It's probably better most of the time. But some of the time, you know, you might be actually knocking out like one of the best players in the game, I guess, if you actually go mano-a-mano with them. But, you know, for the purposes of this bit, you know, the thought experiment, I think you understood where I was going. If anything, I've only further undermined my own point by continuing to talk about it. But, you know, I just see, you know, things are not always as easy as cut and dry as they seem. Okay. This is your textbook greed. Just 1? That's it? Just 1? Just 1. 2? Give me a 3rd. Okay, well, got myself into a slightly dicey / delicate situation there, so really thought we'd cultivate a little bit more aggression, but maybe we're in the post-aggression phase of the game. People are starting to play a little bit more critically, starting to form rivalries, starting to form alliances. Just kidding. That's probably like against the terms of service for playing the game. I don't know. It beats me, to be honest. Is there a terms of service to play this guy? I just did what I always do, which is fast forward through that part of the game as quickly as possible so that I can get to playing faster. Okay, there's a little bit of rudeness here. I think you've noticed it as well. But we fought back. We're not quite safe yet. I think we honestly trade a little bit. Trade a little bit of right now for later. What does that mean? It means my controller just got haunted at the worst possible time. It means whatever you want it to mean. It means we send, go on random, wait for a long piece. I see one. I see you. Oh, that's real bad. Orange piece will save you. You heard of green piece? Yeah, how about orange piece, brother? Put me on attackers. The time has come. He screwed it up. He screwed it up. He saved it. Just another day at the freaking office. Please. I'd like to stop building on the garbage hole. I really would. I just wish I knew how to quit, you dude. Don't. Okay, no panic spits. Just yeah. 9th again, 4 KOs. Sorry, we're fighting, but it's painful. It's painful to get up there, but and then die. But at least we're getting up there. Were it not for getting up there, it would be 10 times more painful. Bust out 20 of these. Ugh, it's popped out of my hand. Just character acting. It's okay. Stay frosty. It's lefty. Lefty's causing you the problems right here. Righty, unbelievable strength and finesse. Ruka, you can't be in front of the screen, okay? It's just a very simple thing. You gotta stay in the box if you get in front of the screen. It's gonna be hard for me to see the pieces. If I can't see the pieces, you know, everything flows from being able to see the pieces. It's just that simple. Definitely still feel like I'm getting the rust off as well. Like early on, I've noticed in these games, I'm definitely more willing than usual to immediately, let's get it, create a hole and then plug it with a long piece. Oh, that was the wrong play. And it's probably not, like, what we should be doing for the most part, to be honest. But it is tempting, you know? I know where this piece can go. We'll just throw it down and then everything's fine. This is a bad start, though. We need to build a little bit more momentum as early as possible. Where we really fell apart in that last one, Ruka, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Where we really fell apart in that last one was build, and we just did it again, but we're going to be able to get ourselves out of this one, I think. We built way too much on top of the garbage hole. It became an element of comedy, how much we built on top of the garbage hole. It was an embarrassment. It embarrassed me. It embarrassed the badge. I wish you could see this cat right now. He might... I guess if he puts his face right up against the screen, you might actually be able to see him. But, he's looking very humorous, okay? If that's what you're asking, yes. He has a humorous visage right now, not unlike his father. What have I done? It's not the right time for that. It's the right time for that. Then this, and then put yourself back on KOs. It's a situation, again, you gotta leave your ego at the freaking front door, dude. Can't just be spending your whole life getting into petty fights in this game. You gotta keep your eye on the greater prize. The greater prize is, you know, that first returned dub. I know that might look like a colossal misstep there. I don't think it's a colossal misstep. I think it's a minor misstep en route to a greater satisfactory result. Oh, I actually like this setup a lot. You know what? I feel like anytime you get a double send, you better have a darn good reason if you're not sending it. Now, unfortunately, I think we just aided and abetted somebody else getting a KO. That's alright, we just got our own as well. I don't mind this garbage. It's a... Hold up. Please, don't kill me. Don't let me, please! I could have cleared a couple of lines, but I said to myself, if we can just get that blue piece to pop into the right location, we'd be A-okay. What do you think, Ruka? You think you wanna bless the people at home? He's like, why are you making me move? Why are you making me move? He will not move to get into the camera frame. It's plausible deniability. Oh, we almost had it. That's alright. Ruka, can you bless me? He will not bless me. No Tetris kisses. That's okay. I'm not offended. It was just a test, and you passed. Oh, I'm in the zone. I am one with the Force, and the Force is one with me, brother. Still, could have been faster, but not by too much. Not by my standards, at least. That's 3 Tetrises in combo. You get sent one of those, you might as well have 3 Tetrises in Cabo, because you ain't coming home. I don't know, that counted as a 4th Tetris? I'm stunned. Pleased, but stunned. Excuse me. Okay, can't help but notice, while I'm sending garbage to you, you've taken it upon yourself to send garbage in turn. Now, while I am a man of a sporting intent, having an enjoyable time here, not sure if you've realized this yet, but my intention was for you to be destroyed, and in turn, for me to receive the badges that presently you are holding for me, and in such time as was appropriate, go on to win the round myself. And it seems to be the case that you dispute this idea. I also notice it's not working out that well for you. You appear to have gotten yourself into what I would call, colloquially, a bucket of syrup, and now so have I. So a lot of my hubristical tendencies starting to fall by the wayside a little bit. They seem very silly at the present moment, but we will fight back. We will return. Never surrender. That one, I felt like there was one Wyatt there. Just going, ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung. I keep pressing the button. My mistake. It's alright. We're falling apart a little bit. Just hold it together. Just hold it together. My son. Hello. Oh, my sweet boy. My Tetris good luck charm. Hello. Who's a good boy? Is it you? Is it you? Are you a good Tetris boy? Oh, he knows. He knows he's a good Tetris boy. Who's a line piece? Tomo's a square piece, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah. You're the combo piece. Okay, buddy. Wish me luck. Also, don't jump on the recording hotkey. I'll be extremely upset. Not that you would know it. Hey, what are you doing, dude? I've activated him. Classic Tetris mistake, activating your cat. You don't want to activate your cat in Tetris. It's going to lead you to a world of hurt. I'll tell you, I have constructed a situation where, like, there's way too many spots where only a line piece will get us out of it. And somehow, I actually managed to get out of that fairly nicely. I'm very surprised. Okay, it's a little spiced, but if you gotta send, you gotta send. There was a little bit of human greed happening there. That's okay. You know, you get enough good sends in here, you don't have to worry about it too much. It's like Send's Fortress. Get a little back to back to back to back to Tetris. One of the things I've been thinking about, like, and this is legitimate, as comical as it sounds, but like Tetris philosophy. Thinking like, nah, we're fine. In a lot of circumstances, oh my lord. I don't know if there's such a thing as a perfect place for a piece to go. You know what I mean? There's obviously some places where it's like real dumb to put a piece, and we just demonstrated one of those post-haste, but you know, the spirit of that is just that there's obviously better places than others, but the best place to put a piece in Tetris is the best place that you can find to put a piece down in Tetris as quickly as possible. You know, the longer you take, the better the spot has to be to justify the amount of time you took to put it down. Like, that was probably an example of a situation where we should have taken a little bit of extra time, to be honest, but it is what it is. But yeah, I've been thinking about that lately. Because I've been watching Dan play, and I always, you know, Dan knows this, but sometimes people that watch our content might take it the wrong way. You know, I'm very supportive of Dan's Tetris gameplay. I watch just about every episode, and I don't think he's super far away from his first win. I think it's on the horizon. But one of the things I see him do is, like, search desperately to find, like, the proper place to put a piece. And I'm like, you know, it's admirable. Sometimes I think you benefit from just sort of living with your decisions, you know? Like, I think the best place to put a piece, I think we described it earlier, but the best place to put a piece is the best place you can find to put the piece down in a reasonable time frame. Which is to say, there's like a corollary there. We're getting into the heavy-duty verbiage. There are probably... Yeah, put me on KOs. That's dumb. Even if there's a better spot to put a piece, it might be better for you to just put the piece down as quickly as possible. In some circumstances. Not all circumstances, but some circumstances. You know what I mean? Like that again. It's not hard to find examples of times where probably we could have waited a little longer, found a better place to put a piece, but I think on this one, we've done what needs to be done. All right, Ruka, you'd like to leave? You may. You may. The other thing, and now I guess it's just insult Dan's gameplay hour. But no, the other thing I find is like just a terrible assortment of pieces here temporarily. I think he values the long piece too much, which sounds like impossible because it's so valuable. But I see him like, he'll refuse, he would rather die sometimes than use the long piece to just clear like one line. And oftentimes that's exactly what ends up happening, unfortunately. I'm like the opposite. I'll eat a line piece for no reason, feel no remorse. I got my own problems with the line piece. Okay, so this is basically like, at some point you just gotta decide, you know? Are you gonna live or are you gonna die? Okay, so we're almost certainly gonna die. What do you do when the 4 badge lord comes at you like that over and over and over? Meanwhile, your cat's going, meow, meow. Tomo, you wouldn't do that, right? Tomo's he's a chill Tetris cat. Yeah, Tomo's the real line piece. He doesn't want to be on video. He's so, the height of athleticism. We got one more in us, but these have been pretty bad so far. I want to get dialed for this one. KO has never been a problem. Our kill-death ratio is totally fine. It's all about, you know, survival is important. I haven't managed to uncage the beast yet, in M. Night Shyamalan terms. Alright, now, again, I've activated the other cat. Now Tomo would like to leave. And as is your right, by the way, this is just an absolutely unbelievably cursed setup. You know? Takes a big man to admit he's made a mistake. It takes a big man to double down and do like almost exactly the same mistake right after. Okay, so here's what you do. Clear this off. Open the door. Goodbye, Tomo. You may leave. Just don't come back until the video's, well, until this part of the video's over. Okay. Then, give your brain a chance, you know? We're gonna slowly accelerate here. Don't have to be playing at peak performance right off the bat. Just enjoy life. Getting a really nice assortment of pieces here. Set yourself on KOs, but don't beat yourself up over it. You know, mistakes happen there. Hit him with one of those, and now we've created a little bit of a cursed situation yet again, where we need the long pieces to plug gaps, but long pieces aren't coming for a bit. That's a big problem. Put me on attackers and hope you've cultivated some aggression, because good lord, the reckoning is upon us. It's one of those ones where kind of just got to accept you screwed this one up pretty much from the get-go. But, you know, I say this with only a modest hint of irony. Sometimes I think I actually, for whatever reason, I get like an advantage from my disadvantages, you know? I feel like by playing from behind, okay, so that's not how you do that. Whip. By playing from behind, I allow myself to get ahead, you know what I mean? No? Okay, well that's, you know, you're a very astute individual. I haven't really said anything of purpose or merit over the course of the whole, you know, last couple of minutes so far. What I mean is, sometimes I think that little adrenaline spike that comes from an error can actually be a difference maker. I think it can kickstart something in the old cerebral cortex. Go ahead. Honestly, go ahead. I'm unafraid. One of these, one of these. Looking for a long or an orange, either one would do. Cleared the hole. Don't want an orange. This time we're waiting for a long piece. Orange is fine. Long piece is better. Very nice. Okay. 1 KO. We've only got 2 people attacking us. I think we're going back to KOs here. Save it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Depending on where the garbage hole ended up anyway, it was worth it. Okay, we're almost where we need to go. That's fine. We can live with it. We can send it. Probably there was a better way, like, algorithmically to sort that out, but... Oh, dude. It just feels right again. Sometimes you gotta do it, you know? We're looking for a blue. We got a blue. And here you go. Okay. There it is. No orange pieces coming, which is actually almost a blessing, because it gives us license to use our other pieces. I know, you know, sometimes you just gotta accept the things that I'm saying might not make sense. They only make sense to me because of the fact that I know what I'm talking about. I have built-in context for what I'm saying. For you, I gotta build that context. Not always a guarantee. Just barely got the double Tetris, but... There's nothing sweeter than when you get in the groove. I actually think we'll send. Very surprised we're a little light on KOs still. Not that we're playing, like, you know, a 10 out of 10 game, but... Okay, it's an attacker situation. I can respect that. I can live with it. Can I live with it? Well, living with it's never been the problem. Living through it. Sometimes. Let me go. Let me go. Not giving up. Not giving this. Oh my god. Alright. I think I need a little bit more brain glycogen. I'm gonna go eat some carbohydrates and I'll be back in a couple of minutes to play a little bit more Tetris 99 for you. For now, thanks for watching. Games have been okay, but they're gonna get better. See you soon.